into this business because I love people, right? Like, you don't walk around a dining room meeting strangers all night long because, like, you really like the taste of wine. You know, you do that because, like, you love interacting and meeting new people and doing the whole thing. And so
we just became best friends.
And so in those environments, like, you get to have these relationships. But here at the summer house and at the winter house, this is like another thing that's super cool. You get to have like consistent regulars, right? Like, there's enough of a menu where you can come back and eat a bunch of stuff new over the course of a couple weeks. You know, at the summer house, it was even more so. We saw some people like 2-3 times a week at least, sometimes even more. Yeah. And that's also a really cool thing, right? You get to build these like cool rapports that you never would have been able to build if you didn't like create this platform kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun for the kitchen to do these things. Like we do our same menu all the time, and like we have special guests come in, we'll run around. Like when our sous chefs came in, it was the same meal actually. When I got the General Tso's chicken, he's from San Diego, so we made him like a burrito, San Diego burrito with like French fries in it and everything. And it's kind of fun to mix it up. And you cook the same thing every day. It's kind of cool to do some different things.
We had a guest come in the other day who we knew loved this other restaurant in East Hampton, so we made like one of that East Hampton restaurant's like dishes for them. So like they came in to visit us in Aspen, and here we are making like one of their other favorite restaurants is like their, you know, that dish for them. Like we get
Did you surprise them with that? Like,
exactly. Yeah, and then
Oh, that's
you like drop their favorite cocktail and then hit them with fried oysters. It was like kind of a cool thing, you know.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean that makes me kind of want to know. I mean, we don't want any surprises, guys. Or no. That's what's called. But what should we get tonight? Like, what's the fan favorites that we've seen thus far? I mean, obviously, we're only a month in for our listeners here in Colorado. December all the way to April 9th, so you still have a chance to get up here to Aspen, come shred, and obviously, you know, taste some of the finer, you know, geniuses in the business. But what do y'all recommend for us tonight? We're just like y'all. Remember, I love fucking everything except for mayonnaise.
I think
except for mayonnaise. How do you not like mayonnaise?
It's just, I feel like it sometimes like ruins sandwiches because it gets like it's the sloppiness that like, you know, what you're saying like comes out the back of a burger. I'm more of like, it just like if it's in something, I get it. But if
what if we called it an aioli? Would you care then?
I feel like it's just sugarcoating fucking mayo. That's exactly what it is.
You can trick them on that. Yeah.
So,
call it a spiced lemon aioli and see what happens.
And I feel like people will do that all the time. They're like, dip your fries in this. I'm like, no, that's mayonnaise. I'm not dipping my fries in mayonnaise.
Aioli, all right? Put your pinky up and dip your fries.
Right? And then drink, you know, like I guess tea would go with that.
Yeah.
But so what do we think is what should we get tonight?
I think the schnitzel's great. It's a deep fried piece of veal, so that's great.
Yeah.
The roasty, it's potato. It's a giant Swiss hash brown, which is cool.
Yeah,
the
awesome.
Spatzi's great because it's covered in butter. And it's
I mean, like, I know that you're saying you're just like us and everything else, but like the foie gras with black truffle, like that. I mean, like it's delicious. It's like immediately and overwhelming delicious.
Is that one of the appetizers?
Yeah.
The beef tartare is kind of one of the fan favorites, and
I do love a good tartare, but we had it at a place in Denver last week, so I may steer away from that today. But this foie gras sounds like it may be.
We actually have done a different type of tartare with carrot too. That's super delicious as well. You know, and again, those air quotes are coming back. Carrot tartare. You should check that out. It's delicious.
I love air quotes.
Yeah.
For those listening at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Range, two mainly killed carrots.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's kind of
bad for the vegans out there. They're making fun of their favorites.
The other thing that's really delicious too is the chicken Zurich style. It's, you know, like you would never like, if you looked at the menu, you wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm gonna eat that, right? Yeah. But like when you eat it, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to eat that again, and maybe next week, and I'll probably want to have it a little bit more later. So like that's also.
Seems like when we first started, I was like, seriously, this is a dish that we're going to put, and then I ate it, and I was like, okay, holy shit, this is really fucking good.
It fucks, and that's our word we use for meals. Like if it fucks, like I'll fuck that thing again.
Yeah, exactly.
10 out of 10, bam.
I would say just about everything fucks is what I would say.
Nice. But you were saying you were surprised about to see a chicken dish.
Well, it was just like it's like chicken, cream, mushrooms, and I was like, all right, cool. How good could it be? And you eat it, and you're like, wow, these things are. I mean, obviously they're classic things that are really go well together. But you're like, wow, this is rich, but it's fucking delicious.
Where'd you get these chickens from? Because I'm a huge fan of chicken and bread. I mean,
perfect.
Yeah, it's like heaven sent them down. That's how fire this meal is.
Heaven sent this
exactly
chicken.
What we're saying.
Yeah. So while we're ordering this food, what's a cocktail?
I'm a wine guy, but you know, I'll pick the Som's brain a little bit. But what's y'all's like the craft scene, or what do we pair with these things?
Definitely drink wine. the wine list that we have is like kind of, it's absurd. Like I'm not like I'm not like excited about it. Like it's, and again, like we live in like in a lot of ways like restaurant Disneyland, right? Like what pop-up restaurant has Chateau Yquem by the glass available? You're fucking kidding me, right? Like it's insane. Bonkers.
You'll serve that by the glass?
By the glass. And then we
We're gonna spend like $1 million. We'll find a way to
R&D.
find a way to expense
But also like
this
the other
one.
thing too that's like super exciting and something our company's like unbelievably proud of is like the cocktail program. So I would say like if you're a cocktail person, definitely start with a cocktail and definitely have a bit of fun with
fun
it.
And creative. Like,
I had a
so
cocktail
proud
at
of
the
our
Nomad, or I had a couple cocktails at the Nomad before we sat down, and those cocktails were out of this freaking world.
So it's the
Same
bar
program,
director,
same
same program. The head bartender from the Nomad is actually our head bartender now
there
from
better be
years
a
ago.
logo in the Ice Cube. Is there a logo for the Winter House in the Ice
We
Cube?
don't have a logo.
We're working
Son
on
of a
it.
bitch.
Yeah. Now we're God, jeez.
I put you on the spot now. That there better be.
I'm like,
get a
is
logo,
the Dreamweaver working today?
Yeah.
Shit.
We're gonna have like the no vacancy logo. It's cool. I got a nice guy.
We know people here.
Yeah, that's
Strangely
nice.
enough, we do have a nice guy here.
Get out of here.
You gotta go out of your way.
Is it squares or spheres or is it whatever?
Squares.
Okay.
Squares. Jimmy Yeager, actually. Jimmy's. He makes ices at home, so he makes us ice. He brings it himself. It's crazy.
That's wild. Okay, I'm so fired up to hang out with y'all again tonight, but this has been a lot of fun, guys. And before we let y'all go, we do apologize for stealing y'all for so long. We have a couple stupid gimmick systems that we do with a little stoned appetit. So, Chris, I'll let you ask one of them, and I'll ask the other. It's called rapid fire, so it's like this or that.
So,
it's pretty easy, and I've gotten people to confess things that their wives would not be appreciative of, but we won't do that to y'all tonight. So we are we'll make it tame.
Yeah.
Or tamer.
So I'll do you, Kevin. I'm just going to ask you questions. Just first thing that comes to mind: coffee or espresso?
Coffee.
Vodka or gin martini?
Gin martini.
Thick or thin crust?
Thin crust.
Giants or Jets?
Giants.
Mountains or city?
Mountains.
EMP winter house or summer house?
No comment.
Weed or beer?
Beer.
Yankees or Mets?
Yankees.
God,
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Tacos or burger?
Burger.
Little Italy or Chinatown?
Little Italy.
You
You're
pass.
like the
except,
only person from Queens who doesn't like the Mets.
I know. I grew up next
Yankees
to Shea Stadium.
Giants sounds
so
rough.
hold on.
I know.
Where
Way
in
to be
Queens
creative.
did you grow up? Just
I grew up in Flushing. I grew up on the
Okay.
south side of Flushing, so basically like Jamaica.
So,
Queens.
okay, my sister lives in Astoria, and I was just going to see if you've ever been to Cloudy's.
Of course. Yeah. A few
Just
times.
like slammed in your face. Yeah, fuck yeah, eat there twice every week.
Dude, it's great. Like, we go every year I go out to visit my sister. Like,
Yeah.
usually the last night I'm there, we go to Cloudy's.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's.
You know what's funny is I've never known how to pronounce that, so thank you.
I would not quote me on that, but
Yeah.
it looks, I think that's right.
My best friend from high school lives like 2 blocks away, so like occasionally that's a thing that happens. Yeah, it's awesome.
Great.
All right, Chef, you ready for this?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going to
so.
mix it up a little bit because obviously Giants and fuck the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so definitely fuck
I'm a
the
Niners
Oh,
fan, so fuck the
Jesus.
Cowboys.
Giants. And he's a Falcons fan, so he doesn't count.
Like, are you a human? Fuck the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
I don't resent that. We're America's team for a reason. Everybody,
Yeah,
you
man.
hate the best. Yankees fan.
Yeah.
What's it like living in the 90s?
We listen to. Are you serious? I know. You were successful. That was the last time.
Well, all right. Well, we were in a Super Bowl recently.
Yeah.
More recently.
Yeah, that is true. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So fuck this. Coffee or espresso?
Coffee.
Vodka or gin martini?
Gin martini.
Thin or thick crust?
Thick.
Damn it. I got stuck on Giants or Jets. Okay. We'll do this. East or West Coast?
Ooh, that's
It's not very rapid right now.
Well, I was thinking like maybe do like Napa or Hamptons, but I don't know anything. I didn't know if that would be a fair comparison. Napa or the
Hamptons.
Okay. So winter house or summer house?
No comment. I can't.
All right. That's fair. I'll give it to you.
It's like choosing to your kids.
Rosemary's Baby, right?
My parents. Yeah. I'm not. My parents. Wheat or beer?
Beer.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Tacos or burgers?
Tacos.
And without being racist, Little Italy or Chinatown?
Chinatown.
So y'all aren't out of the woods yet. We have 2 more questions, and then we'll let y'all go. First question is, do you believe in dinosaurs, Chef?
Yeah, I believe in dinosaurs.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you have been?
Ooh. Velociraptor.
Nice.
Damn,
All right.
You had a lot of velociraptors.
Just two.
They're
And
It's not like a T-Rex. I feel like if you think you're a T-Rex, it's kind of cocky. But like I think Velociraptor, you just get after it.
and the pack mentality. It means you got
exactly.
friends, you got family, and you like to eat.
Yeah.
I like it. And Kevin, how about you? Do you believe in dinosaurs?
I do believe in dinosaurs.
I can't wait till one day we're going to find someone that's like, nah, that and flat Earth. Until we get there,
That's what we're trying to with this question.
we should
Just like
leave it.
narrowing the pool. That's awesome.
And we'll eradicate the people that don't believe in them. But what dinosaur would you be if you could be one?
Oh, geez. I mean, like, what's that huge dinosaur that looked like a crocodile that swam in the ocean?
Oh.
I don't know the name of it, but I know you're talking about the really scary one.
Yes.
I think he was in like the most
aren't they
recent
all really
Jurassic.
scary
or, like,
ones?
one of the-
Every dinosaur.
By the way, it's either that
Scary one.
or the ankylosaur, which is the one that's got like the club tail that looks really slow.
All right,
So it's either or, which is basically like vastly different options, but still.
You definitely know.
So
more about
you knew
dinosaurs
the
than I
name
do.
of that one. So a guest on our last episode said the same thing. I want to be the one that has like the passion fruit club tail or whatever. And we were like, we couldn't figure out the name. So we got a gift card from the restaurant and we were like, first person to tell us, like reply in our comments on Instagram and tell us what the fuck kind of dinosaur this is. And then you just nailed it. So we
What's
could,
it
I mean,
called?
An ankylosaur,
Ankylosaur, right?
I think.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no, you're right.
it is.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's why it piqued our interest. We're like, holy shit. That's not that. But for our listeners at home, let's say we'll give free tickets to a concert of Sun Squabby next weekend at the Fillmore for the first person to tell us what the alligator-like dinosaur was that, and you can't say alligator because while they may be just large dinosaurs, there has to be an actual name for it.
Yes.
The actual
Yes.
thing is.
All right, and then so one of our stoned appetit question is: so Rich, you got home late from a shift, you haven't eaten all night, you're looking in your pantry, maybe your freezer. What's your guilty? Maybe you knocked back someone's.
yeah.
You
You
got
said
the
McDonald's
munchies.
earlier, but I'm curious to hear this answer now.
Well, like what I would cook at home or what I would actually go.
Or like something like
or-
late at night when you're just freaking starving and you're like drunk or something.
Oh my
and-
god, it'd have to be like if you go in New York when I'm doing most of my drinking in New York.
Bodega sandwich, right?
Yeah, bodega sandwiches. You go to the bodega, you get like a chopped cheese, which is like a chopped cheeseburger shoved inside a
hoagie,
hoagie, and then Otherwise, my real guilty pleasure would be like if I'm like in the fridge, I'll like have some rice and I'll have some like a can of baked beans and some chicken tenders, like some frozen chicken tenders, and then just everything goes in the oven and comes out and I eat it and I feel like shit the next morning and I hate myself.
Nice.
I did that with Taco
And
Bell
hot
the
sauce.
other day. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. And Kevin, let's say you had a long shift, excuse me, and you're on your way back you're on the subway.
Talked a lot about pizza, man, but like pizza's like probably like the thing. But if I'm home, I'll like always make a
Kevin, what do
can
you
of
like to
tuna
eat?
fish, man. What do I like to eat? I don't know if you've mentioned this or not yet, but I really like pizza. None of the I'm like Michelangelo. No, but like I'll make tuna fish like pretty much all the time. Tuna fish salad on toast, maybe tuna melt, something like that. That'll be my thing.
Do you keep it already cooked with all the prepped and mayoed up
I'll make
in the fridge?
I'll make it every time. But the thing that's more likely is I will just crush whatever ice cream I have in the fridge. Like I'm like a full pint or like I'll even and he actually has banned me eating some of the things that I'm
Well, whatever ice cream I have in the fridge, yeah.
or whatever ice cream Rich has in the fridge. Like that. It's all fair game.
Do you have
It's all fair in ice cream and more, you know?
I do agree. So first off, you mentioned Michelangelo, and we were making a joke. We were like, let's ask him about how big are the rats in New York. And the joke was supposed to spin off of Ninja Turtles and be like, oh, well, we've seen it. We know Master Splinter's.
Yeah.
If y'all were a Ninja Turtle, which Ninja Turtle would you be?
I mean, I probably want to be Michelangelo, but realistically, I'm probably like a Donatello.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I feel like I didn't watch enough Ninja Turtles to know, but
You're definitively Raphael.
Yeah,
There's
that's what
not
I was
even
about
like.
to say. Raphael all the way.
what makes
Raphael
me
all the way.
Raphael?
There's not what makes you Raphael?
Yeah.
You're just going to have to watch all of the
Yeah.
cartoons growing up to see.
Yeah, exactly. You'll start humming the tune, I presume.
You'll come in one day after you watch it and you'll be
All
like,
right.
I understand.
I'll come back and we'll have a Ninja Turtle segment.
You're not necessarily angry like Raphael by any stretch of the imagination. You're like a Raphael Michelangelo hybrid.
All right. I do like pizza.
Would he have the sai or would he have the nunchucks? One of
The
each.
nunchucks. He would have the nunchucks.
All right. That's
Is
right.
that a racist thing?
Why's everything got to be about race?
Okay, so okay, so we do have this one thing, and we kind of prepped y'all. You know, Jimmy Kimmel likes to do celebrities reading mean tweets. We like to have Yelp reviews. So we have 4 Yelp reviews. We're gonna let y'all pick one of the 4, and we would like y'all to read them.
Okay.
And then we'll all get a laugh out of how we fucking hate people from Yelp. We find that, you know, Deborah, that